Good evening and welcome to your Tuesday, April 1st, 2025 ancestral reading. Really fun way to, kick off the month. And happy April Fools to those who celebrate. I was going to say something, but I cannot remember. I don't know, but I appreciate all the support so far, guys, as I continue to grow my channel, and I'm just kind of getting into the flow and groove state of things, and I find that when I just go with the flow more than perhaps sticking to a structure, things just really tend to go really well. So I'm just going to kind of stick in that energy for a while. I've been watching The X-Files. I do recall it being out, in the 90s on television. So I may have watched a couple episodes here and there. I was always fascinated with sci-fi, but I'm actually, of course, as an adult, I've rewatched from season 1. I'm now on season 7, and it's a nice show to where I can kind of have on in the background while I'm maybe working on some other things or some edits, things of that nature. But really good show so far, and I'm in a good mood because it wasn't the best case for Scully, but there was an episode where. And I saw him in a prior episode. He's that dude that likes to give women a bath and proceed to ask, what kind of shampoo they need for their hair, whatever the case was with that. There was a time where he literally returns and captures Scully, and anyway, it and I was laughing because I'm like, why honestly do at least, I feel like as of just where it's always the psychopaths or the ones with, however you want to describe them, a few loose screws, but very good taste in music, right? I'm thinking Patrick Bateman, is that his name? Yes. American Psycho. Very good taste in music. Oh, I'm blanking on the artist right now. Oh, good Lord. All right, well, anyway. And then I did watch the Dahmer series. Don't ask me why. No, and I think if it wasn't, I don't know if it was in the first or second episode, but I was introduced to Night and Day by Al B. Sure. Incredible. And anyway, and so this episode with Scully, he turns on the radio or what have you, put some music on, and this song comes on, guys, and it is incredible. I'm like, I can't, let's see, I'll let y'all know this song. Dennis Edwards, Don't Look Any Further. Just incredible. Okay, guys, I just keep seeing the Three of Swords in the reverse. I think this is the third time I've seen it. So I think we're ready to go. I'm going to give one good shuffle. So you're definitely at a time letting go of past hurts, so let's see what your ancestors want to put out on the table today. A message from your ancestors. Yep, the Ten of Wands in the reverse. You're releasing burdens. So okay, an energy to guide you. We have the Queen of Pentacles, so very beautiful. The King of Cups is coming in for an action that you can take. And essentially a second action you can take, the Four of Cups, okay? So definitely be receptive, guys. If you're here, right, in the reading, Strength at the bottom of the deck, so very beautiful. Essentially, it's like you're here in this reading, right? Let me just close this one. So it's like, you're here in this reading, or even if not in this reading, but whether you're aware of it or not, you're seeking guidance, you're attracting guidance, you're attracting help, you're attracting direction, and here you're definitely open to it. So that's definitely good, right? You're in, I would say you're in the receiving mode. So I mean, so far things are looking good, guys. Even here with the Queen of Wands. Well, I guess, okay, this is perfect. So you were in a period, guys, and you were essentially in a period of bad luck. Where you lost your independence. Okay, you lost your independence, but somewhere, somehow, throughout it all, and I don't know what that relates to, whether it's a romantic relationship or not, but you guys definitely tapped into your inner confidence and your self-belief, and you pushed forward. Now, a message, this is the message from your ancestors, okay? 10 of Wands in the reverse. You may be failing to delegate and taking on too much responsibility at this time. You can find, essentially what your ancestors are saying is that you can find release from, okay. Your ancestors are telling you that you can find release from unnecessary responsibilities and delegate some activities to others. Life is not all about the grind. Life is actually all about the experiences. And so, you must take time to engage in activities that you love. And that's simply, it's as I say, it's such a quaint message from your ancestors today, But really, guys, sometimes we just get so overwhelmed in the day-to-day and what we have to do, and what we're thinking about what we have to do next, but that's gonna really wear you down. So I feel, though, that you're really coming to a good place of more stability, guys, of more stability here. Again, more stability, stability, more abundance, prosperity. And even here again with the Four of Cups in the reverse, this is very receptive energy. So the Queen of Pentacles, so the Queen of Pentacles, guys, is an energy to guide you, right? So, just really what really what you want to be focused on, guys, is just like being grateful for the day-to-day, and just literally, I want to say, like, thriving in your abundant mindset, because I feel like this is your mind right now. And I say that a lot, but I've never said this about this card, but I feel like these are your daydreams. This is how you're envisioning yourself, like luxurious in a in a proper and rightful, in your proper and rightful place, and as you should be. But just continue, guys, in that energy. Now, the Page of Wands on its side came out. And so also, because I had seen the Three of Swords in the reverse pop out 3 times as I was shuffling. Not pop out, but it just stood out. I kept seeing it. So I think this is definitely the energy from this past person, or if that's not confirmation, I'm not sure what is, guys. So this is your past person. And I pulled the Page of Wands on the Queen of Pentacles for more information in terms of um, why the Queen of Pentacles, right? Why the Queen of Pentacles? And the Page of Wands comes out. And I'm definitely feeling that this is the energy from your person. They failed to commit. They were an unreliable lover. And this person could just be on an aimless search for love, guys. It's like, that no matter what you do, you don't even want to deal with it. It's that they're just that lost and just they literally, they're just unreliable. That's really the best way to describe it. They're just super unreliable. They're distracted. This is someone who's like hasty and impatient. They could be prone to tantrums, and so essentially, so that's just take that as another energy to draw on, guys. Okay, because it's reminding me of my brother. He was he was telling me about like making, how people make shit lists. He's like, make a shit list, and if you're ever feeling like, you start feeling like fond, or having fond memories of someone or something like that, you pull out the shit list and quickly remind yourself, you know what I'm saying, essentially what you didn't want or what you didn't like, right? Because when you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, and our inner being is always calling us there. So let this fuel you, guys. You may be in a period. The reason for it coming out on this side is I feel that this is still fresh. This is still fresh in terms of, it sucked, right? Because it was the Three of Swords, guys. 3 times I saw that. So I don't know if they deceived you multiple times or if it just really tore you apart. But at the end of the day, guys, you survived and you absolutely overcame. So you have very powerful energy here. I mean, with the Strength, Major Arcana at the bottom of the deck, that's very powerful energy, very major energy. But an action that you can take, guys, just an action that your ancestors want you to take is to tap into your wisdom at this time, tap into your inner power, your inner knowledge, and lead with a balanced head and heart, okay? Be devoted to, us, to yourself, essentially. That's the best way I can say it. And the King of Cups serves as a reminder to remain level-headed and calm when faced with interpersonal conflict. This is also a reminder not to repress your emotions, guys. It's essential to feel all the emotions, right? So don't brush over. That's why I was saying, this may still be fresh where you're still having fond memories or intense, feelings of, just upset, thinking about the situation. But it's okay to feel all that stuff, guys. And in time, you'll start to come and understand when people say that your thoughts are not your own. Understand and think to yourself, if you're thinking, well, how can that be? The question to ask is, who is observing the thoughts? So, I hope that can help someone. I feel like that's a message that can really just kind of make it click for someone. But basically, as I said, it's essential to feel all the emotions with the King of Cups, guys. Feel the hurt, feel the anger and the sadness, but also ensure that you're feeling the happiness and the joy and the, because this is going to be a whirlwind, if you will, right? You're going to be in a whirlwind of emotions, and that's understandable, guys. But remember that you have the strength, to continue forward and pull yourself out of this. Hello? I'm like, hot damn, I really love when when like messages follow each other, okay? So I was just literally bragging about your strength, okay? And so moving into the Four of Cups in the reverse, this actually suggests that you feel a new surge of strength and that you're ready to take advantage of new opportunities. You feel like life's giving you pleasure again after a long period of just blah, of stasis, of feeling like you were perhaps kind of shut off, really, emotionally shut off. Okay, but this whole situation, guys, has led to a new understanding in love. And this card also suggests that you may communicate a lot and make new friends, just perhaps of just being more extroverted and attending invites and seeing friends, family, that kind of thing. So very beautiful messages here, guys. Let's get a little bit more on the Ten of Wands. That's so cute. We were just talking about delegating responsibility, and the Ace of Swords comes out, guys. So 100%, this was your original message, is to delegate tasks as best as possible. If you know, guys, and you just got the Ace of Swords. This is literally like, this speaks to success, but also to communication and intelligence. So just, ask for that help, guys, and I'll see you in the next reading.